Next champion I'm gonna touch on is Sona, because Sona has just been absolutely forgotten about. That champion is extremely troll if you lock it in. It is bad, and it's just bad Seraphine at this point. Seraphine does everything Sona wants to do better. Completely forget about that champion. She's super squishy. She just doesn't feel satisfying to play. She doesn't like her ult is just a worse Seraphine ult. Yeah, everything about her abilities are just worse Seraphine versions of the abilities. And so it doesn't make any sense at all to lock in that champion. The champion could use a nice rework, and I think sticking to the music, I would like to see her have more of a solid effect with her music. So instead of like right now, Sona has a lot of passives to her attacks that provide debuffs on the opponent that don't really go noticed. And I feel like if they were more noticeable and more of an aura around her instead of just a music that heals teammates, I think it would increase Sona's impact and how she feels in a game. Like if Sona made a field where instead of applying the 30% damage reduction to one person, she provided a field around her like the music she currently has that provides a damage reduction for the enemies that are in it. But instead of just applying it, the enemies have the visual effect of being exhausted because that's what they pretty much are. I think it'd have a way more solid impact on the game, because when you see you're exhausted, you play less hesitant, you wait for it to wear off, or you try to get rid of it somehow. But if you're exhausted like she currently applies to you and you don't know, you just keep murdering the person. Sona exhausts you already, and it doesn't matter. That's not going to stop me from just straight up murdering Sona, because I don't even know I'm exhausted. I just know Sona has no HP and I can kill her. But if I see that I'm exhausted, I'm now exhausted in the middle of the team, my allies see, hey, this guy's exhausted right now, they're going to jump him. And so I think having that visual effect to Sona would be way more beneficial. I think instead of having a movement bonus, she kind of has like a quick little Janna ult where she pushes all the opponents around away from her, but it doesn't provide the heal and utility. It's just a quick little whoom and like a fucking like a dome that appears around her. Like things that you can visually see has effects on the game and what's happening in the fight to make Sona feel like an actual champion. Because right now she's just shitty Seraphine. And I think these kind of changes like that, where it doesn't have to, like, it's still music based. Like, she can play the music and the fucking dome appears, or she plays the music and the exhaust effect goes down and you can see the fucking waves on the ground. She can still be the musical champion she is, but her abilities could actually do things, compared to now, where she just kind of has to hide, because if one ability hits her, she just instantly pops and dies. And even then, neither ally or opponent really care, because Sona's just a non-factor in the game. It's a waste of a fifth champion. So yeah, I think if she had more like visually and actually impactful abilities to the champion, it'd be much better, because I don't think buffing or changing, like, if you buff her to the point where she's just better than Seraphine, now you just have Seraphine as shitty Sona. Like, you have two of the same exact champion, and I will never not hate that. Especially with how many champions get reworked, having two of the same champion will always piss me off. And honestly, it's embarrassing. It makes me sick. I can't stand it. So yeah, I think those little changes like that would be really useful to Sona, even if you want to keep her ult the same, which honestly, she needs a new ultimate as well, whatever it may be. There's plenty of ideas you can use to change this champion to make it more unique, even going based off of what you already have. Like, you have what? Damage, you have heal, and you have speed. I mean, and then you have the fucking stun. Like, if you still want to do the stun that makes people dance, you could do the stun that makes people do it in a circle around Sona. Less projectile, more AoE. And so that way, I don't know, it's just different. It's something new. I think it's cooler. Like, it's just have Sona the DJ be the center of attention in these situations, where instead of Sona the DJ that plays from the room over because she doesn't like people looking at her, it kills her. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Those are the changes I would make right now. Would be Vel'Koz and Sona.